Teaching and customer support have more in common than you think. Both are deeply related to helping others solve problems and doing that in a quick and effective way. I'm going to tell you all about how my role as a teacher has helped me as a better customer support representative. Hey everyone, my name is Paul Thompson and thanks for watching the video today. Let me set the scene for you. If you didn't know, I was a teacher for the last 7 odd years. I taught in high school, so that's grade 8 to 12, which is 12 to 17, 18-year-olds. I taught them drama and music mainly, so 2 elective subjects, and I had a blast. I absolutely loved being a teacher. It was the coolest job in the world. My favorite part of being a teacher was hanging out with the kids all day and playing games with them. It was awesome. I couldn't ask for a better career. So let's set the scene. Teacher comes into the classroom. I'm the teacher and I'm in front of the classroom. There are a group of stereotypical molds that you can generally lump students into. Right up the front, you have those students who are eager to work. They want to do well, they want to learn, they want to listen, they want to be the teacher's pet, and they want to do all the good work they can. They want to get A++ on their report cards, so they sit smack bang up the front. They're the earliest in, they know what's going on, and usually they were more organized than I was. They were up the front, so you've got the goody two-shoes right up the front. Best students ever. They know all the questions, they would put their hand up and they would answer everything. Then, you have those students that kind of group into the middle of the classroom. So they're kind of they don't know if they're coming or going or kind of what's happening, but they just kind of get grouped into the class. Over on the side, you have on the wings, you have the students who are a little bit chatty. Now, these students like to talk to each other. They're often passing notes around. They're not doing much work on the sides because they're out of the peripheral of the teacher. So you have those on the back. So let's recap. So we have those students at the front. They're the goody two-shoes. They do all the work. You have the students in the middle who just kind of get lumped in there. You've got the students on the outside who maybe are a little bit chatty and they pass notes around. And then you have the students right down the back who are loud, obnoxious, calling out, crazy kids, swinging on their chair, throwing paper, throwing food. They're just causing a riot down the back because they're the furthest away from you and they are just not listening. So we kind of get what the classroom looks like? Cool. So that's like a stereotypical classroom. Then, as I'm the teacher, I'm on the board and I say, okay, class, here is what we're going to learn today. Here's the problem that we're going to solve. Now, I can bet you $1 million that the goody two-shoes at the front go, sir, I've already done this problem, and the answer is 1 million. I don't know. They know the answer straight away. They've guaranteed they've been through the book. They know it all already. So I gently say, oh, that's really good. Like, congratulations. You know, good effort. Well done. May go on to this harder, more difficult work now. So you can kind of redirect them on. Those students are good to have. Then you have the students on the outside of the wings. They're passing notes. You've said, okay, you know, guys and girls, we've got some work on the board to do. And you repeat yourself once, excuse me, hey, yeah, sorry to break up your chat there, but we've got some work on the board. Thanks, yeah, okay. All right, let's put that note back there now. Time to get out the pen and start working on that. Oh, yep, you too, okay. So they're chatting. They don't really care about the problem on the board. All they're talking about is their friends and what they're going to do on the weekend. You have the group in the middle. Now, they're the group that you get to go and work with. So you put the problem on the board, let's start working, and you might get a couple of questions out of that group. Like, sir, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? I'm stuck. Those kind of people. Love those kids. So I'll hang out in there and I'll walk around between all the desks and help them work through their problem. Happy days. Then you have the kids down the back. I say, okay, kids, works on the board, and then boom, comes like a tomato, comes rocketing at my head. You have tables and chairs being upended. These kids are just chaotic. There is no way in the world that you would be able to get them to do any work, let alone the problem on the board. Have I set the scene enough for this classroom? You kind of get the different groups of students. Now, what does that all have to do with customer support? So let me set the scene for customer support. Basically, what I've found is there are kind of different groups of customers. The first group of customers or users of the platform know everything. They know the platform sometimes better than I know the platform. If there's a problem that's coming up and they ask me about it, before I've even been able to help them or fix the problem for them, they're onto it. They say, oh, did you know your tool does this? Or did you know that you could do blah, 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 blah? And I'm sitting there on the other side of the computer shaking my head with disbelief. Like, are you serious? I had no idea you could do that. Thanks for teaching me. Then you have those customers that you come across and all they want to do is talk amongst each other. So they're talking away, and then sometimes they will drop in our name and it will come up in our feed, and I will dabble in a conversation with them, be like, hello, how are you? How can I help? I see that you're talking about our product and having a bit of trouble. Can I do anything? And they're sneakily like sliding notes to each other and passing little snippets of conversation. I don't think they're truly engaged in what I'm trying to do to help them, but they're talking nonetheless. Then you have the group in the middle. Now these group are a bunch of fun to work with. They usually reach out to us when there's a problem or a bit of confusion with the product. They're like, oh, excuse me, I don't really know how to do this or what's going on. Can you help me? Love it. They listen, I can work through the product with them, I can help them, I can work through the problem with them. Do a bunch of things to get everything back to working to normal. And then you have those customers who just cause a riot. They're the customers that cry blue murder when something goes wrong. They're the customers that throw chairs around and peg apples at each other. Those are the customers that are trickiest to deal with. So what did I learn from being a teacher as to how to deal with those different kind of groups of people? I've learned that I needed to be patient with the kids in the classroom as I'm taking them through those ideas and problems, just as I need to be patient with customers when I'm taking them through problems and trying to teach them how to use the product. It's so important that I give structured steps to solving these problems. That's the trick, like that's the hack. Teaching is just about scaffolding complex ideas into simple little steps. That's it. I don't know, it's not hard. It's having a big, difficult idea to process, breaking it down into small, digestible bits in a structured, sequential way so that a student, someone who's learning, can step through that and come out on the other side having learned something. That's teaching. So I'm applying the same philosophy in teaching or walking people through our product. Something that's fairly complex of an idea, if I can break it down into simple sequential steps, it becomes fairly manageable and easy for people to use. And that I think is really important, that the customer feels like they've achieved these steps, they've learnt something today, that the interaction between the customer support representative and them has been meaningful and worthwhile. I don't know, I could be completely wrong. I could have no idea about how it actually works, but that's just what I feel. I figure my role as being a teacher is obviously different than being a customer support representative. Two completely different fields, and I get that. However, I still firmly believe that I am, in part, teaching others how to do something. Whether it is solving a problem, whether it is using a tool, it's teaching. You know, I'm imparting my knowledge to them so that they can learn how to use it. And I think that's been a pretty effective transition for me, and I've managed to take those skills with me so far. Just like in teaching, when I walk into that classroom, I want to be the very best teacher that these kids have ever got in their entire life. I want to be the spark in their day, and I want them to keep coming back to my classroom, looking forward to new content, looking forward to learning. And I really try to do that in my customer support role. When I step into that problem, when I come into connection with these people who reach out to us, our customers who have a problem, I want to be the very best customer support representative that they have ever met. So much so that they want to keep coming back. And that's what I aim to do. In my experience so far, it has been an absolute joy and delight. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the vlog today. If you have any ideas about what you'd like to see more of or what changes that you'd like to see in the channel, please leave them in the comments below or hit me up on any of my socials. I'd love to hear about what kind of content you would like to see more of, because that would really help me in producing some content that's meaningful for you and still content that I enjoy. If you liked this video today, hit the thumbs up. That would be absolutely stellar, and I appreciate you spending the time and having a watch. Look forward to talking with you again soon. See you next week. Bye.